is like ours. Like when you comes to talking trash, and I know you hung out with those guys. I know a lot of. I did the search. I know that you have been.
No,
it's hilarious after reading and the stuff I've saw, and I just saw a little bit. It's hard to find, but you have been a regular guy with. You never cared what color somebody was or who they slept with. All you cared was the content of their character and if they could do the damn job or not.
They were both friends of mine. Now, Don King is still alive, you know. He's 92 years old.
Yeah.
He lives in Florida. He's a great guy. He endorsed me, very strongly endorsed. He said, you got to vote for Trump. And I probably spoke to him a week ago, maybe. And he was great. Very different guys. But there's nobody. Don King, each incredible. Don King, nobody like that. And Muhammad Ali, nobody like that. These were two unique people. You know, Don King was a tough cookie, too. He beat the hell out of people. Unfortunately, it cost him a lot.
Yeah.
But he was a tough guy. But he's a big supporter. Muhammad Ali was actually a friend of mine. I knew him pretty well. He was amazing, actually. He was amazing. And, you know, you look at some of the fights. Sonny Liston had no chance of being beaten, and he got beaten badly twice.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you look at George Foreman, another really good guy, but he just had George Foreman.
George Foreman at that time was bulletproof.
Bulletproof. Remember when he fought three guys and knocked him out?
I was a little young, but I remember the
He fought three guys one night, and but the third guy, and Muhammad Ali was watching. The third guy, he was getting a little tired, you know.
What's your favorite? What was your favorite all-time big prize fight that you were at?
Well, believe it or not, I was at Madison Square Garden. I think it was Ali Frazier won.
Oh, so you were there. That's, in my opinion, the most historic fight of all time.
So I was there as a young guy, very young guy, and I remember there were many heart attacks. Can you believe it? They had heart attacks. Men, I heard, I don't even want to say it because it sounds ridiculous, but there were a lot of heart attacks. It was the craziest evening. Two undefeated, legendary fighters. They were both undefeated, and it was brutal. And that was the days of the 15-round fight, you know.
Yeah, when they had to fight.
And I can't say it because, you know, look, I'm not in the ring, but those fights were better. You know, those extra 3 rounds.
Well, that was the championship rounds. They say 11 and 12.
They were the championships rounds.
Now, how are you dressed for that? Because it was the 70s, and it was wild, crazy. Now, you've always been kind of, never been a big fan, but was it just the suit, or did you have the jacket?
I think it was just pretty normal. But I was a very young guy.
Yeah.
But in terms of an event, I think that was maybe the greatest event.
That was the first Super Bowl.
But now you have Dana White, who's done such a great job with the UFC. I don't know, the boxing, unless something happens, the boxing doesn't look the same as it did.
Fighting over in Saudi Arabia is not the same thing, with all due respect.
No, but it's he's done a great job with the UFC. Would you ever do the UFC stuff?
Watch it? Yeah.
No, from years ago.
Oh, years ago? Yeah, if it was available.
Can you take the shots to the face? Because a lot of
I'm not going to hit in the face. I had one shot. Most of my fights were over in about 5 or 6 seconds.
Well, that's
the weird thing would be fighting one guy. Usually I had to fight 3 or 4 in clubs. So, but those days are behind me.
I asked Dan Gable, so he was probably the greatest wrestler of that type, right? And he was fantastic. I said, would you have done well in the UFC if they had it then? And he said, no, because I would never let people hit me in the face. You know, it's a whole different culture, frankly.
Well,
when you can get in the face.
Wrestling background, I think, is
a lot of
I think Kurt Angle would have been tremendous had he, not broke his neck and stuff. But I know you. I could keep you here forever, and I'm getting the circles and the doo-wops. And Mr. President, thank you.
I would only do this one for you. You don't know what's going on. I'm the keynote speaker at the biggest dinner in New York, probably of the year. And I had a choice. I was going to walk in and say, could you do me a favor? Could I do this interview tomorrow or maybe next week? And I said, I'm not doing it to Tyrus. And I got people over at the big hotel, and that room is packed, and everybody's wearing white tie, not black tie. I don't like wearing white tie, but it's white tie. And it's waiting for me. And I said, you know what? I got to do it with Tyrus because I respect him. And Tyrus has always, I tell you people, he's always stuck up for me when maybe it wasn't the thing to do, and he's always there. So I'm here for you, and I'm a little late, but that's okay.
I would have waited till tomorrow, sir, but I'm glad you did it today.
Thank you, man.
Special
guy.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Very much. Thank you.
Best of luck, Beatle.
Take care of yourself.
Yes, sir. Thank you.